Hello, welcome to polynomial sessions. Now this being the first one, let us understand few terms. What being is a polynomial? Polynomial is an algebraic expressions like there will be obviously constants as well as the variables. Now if I'm writing suppose 3x square plus 2x plus 4, these are being constants and these are variables, so this can be termed as a polynomial. I can simply write a 2x plus 1, so that can also be a polynomial. Now in the first example, if I take, this has three terms. What are these terms? When any constant and variable, or simply a constant or a variable, is differentiated or segregated or separated actually from any of the other terms with either a plus or a minus symbol. Now these are called the terms. This has 3 as the constant, this is 2 as the constant, so the variable x square has got a coefficient which is called 3. X square has coefficient, numerical coefficient 3. Now what is the degree? How much power x has got? X has got an exponent of 2, here x has got exponent of 1. Now what is the maximum power, this maximum exponent of any variable which this polynomial has? It is 2. The highest power is 2. As per the highest power of the polynomial is 2, 2 is referred to as the degree of polynomial. Suppose I am writing x to the power 4 plus 2x to the power 3 plus x to the power 2 plus x minus 2. Now this whole polynomial has got the maximum power to be 4, so the degree of this polynomial is said to be 4. This is one of the most kind of important term we might come across. This is the exponent of the highest degree, that is termed as the degree of polynomial. Where you have a polynomial with a degree 0, that is called a constant polynomial. Simply if I am writing 3 by 2, or simply I am writing a 5, this does not have any degree. This degree is 0, therefore it is called a constant polynomial. Now comes a linear polynomial. So we first read constant polynomial. Now I'm talking about linear polynomial. What is linear polynomial? When the polynomial is of degree 1, 0, the constant was when the degree was 0. Here the degree of the polynomial is 1. As an example, I write it here as 2x plus 5. The degree of the variable, that is x, is suppose 1 here. When we are not writing that 1 though. When the degree is 2, we call it a quadratic polynomial. For example, I make this and I add a term which makes it 3x square. So the degree of this polynomial is 2, thereby making this polynomial a quadratic polynomial. When the degree of a polynomial becomes 3, that becomes a cubic polynomial. So if I add one more term to it, suppose 4x cube, it becomes the cubic polynomial because the degree of this polynomial is 3. Now the fourth degree polynomial which we come across, like I write here, is 10 to the power 4 plus I add the rest of the one previously I had written. This, if you see, has got a power or degree of the polynomial which is 4, that is called the biquadratic polynomial. It's called biquadratic polynomial. Let us now take up a few examples or few questions based on this. Whatever terms we have learnt here, we will be trying to apply them in questions now. Suppose the question is asking, this is a polynomial given. I write the question first, and the other one is 3x squared, suppose minus something plus. Are these two expressions polynomials in one variable? Yes, they are polynomials in one variable, right? Are they which of these two expressions or the polynomials have the degree 2? Both of them have got the degree 2, because the maximum power here to y is 2, here to the x is 2 as well. So both have got the degrees 2. Now we will classify few of, okay, I'll just make a mark here. I'm writing few polynomials. We will classify them as linear, quadratic, cubic or biquadratic polynomials. X plus x squared plus 4, then it is 3x minus 2, 2x plus x squared, 3y, t squared plus 1, then 7t to the power 4 plus 4t to the power 3 plus 3t minus 2. Now this first one has a degree which is 2, so this is referred to as a quadratic polynomial. The second one has a power maximum 1, so which is linear polynomial. Again, this one will be a quadratic polynomial. Now here this is also a quadratic polynomial, because if you see, the maximum power is 2. This one will, as y has got a power 1, this is again a linear one. This is again a quadratic because maximum power is 2. Here the power is 4, so this one, the last one, being biquadratic polynomial. Okay, then after this we move on to learn the term which is called zero of a polynomial. What is the zero of a polynomial? The value of a polynomial, suppose I take up like x square, or suppose it is, I don't write it as plus, I'll take up a linear equation, sorry, a linear polynomial. Say this is a linear polynomial. Zero of the polynomial refers to the value of this x, at which if we replace or substitute that in this expression, that will give us a 0. So it is value of this variable which we have to substitute here, so that I get a 0. Now if I'm substituting, suppose 2 here as x, I'm getting 3 into 2 minus 6, that's 6 minus 6, that gives you 0. So 0 of this polynomial to be 2. Let's see whether x plus 2, suppose, is a given polynomial. We have to check if minus 2 or 2, plus 2 or plus 2 are the zeros of this polynomial or not. To do so, we'll write polynomial is expressed as x plus 2. I'll substitute first with a minus 2, so it is minus 2 plus 2. Yeah, that's giving me 0. So minus 2 is the 0 of this polynomial. If I'm substituting 2, I'll be getting a 2 plus 2, that's giving me a 4, which is not the 0 of, not giving a 0, so that means 2 is not a 0 of the polynomial. Now this is when we are checking if a given value of is a 0 of a given polynomial or not. The reverse question can be when I am giving suppose a polynomial that is 2x plus 1, we have to find the 0 of this polynomial. To do so, we have to write px as 0. So we'll write 2x plus 1 equals 0, 2x equals minus 1, so x equals minus 1 by 2. That means at the value where x is minus 1 by 2, our polynomial will give us a 0. So minus 1 by 2 is supposed to be the 0 of this given polynomial, that is 2x plus 1. When there can be more than one 0 of a polynomial. Now these are the questions wherein I am taking linear polynomials, so we are getting 1 0 of the polynomial. So linear polynomial will have 1 and 0 of the polynomial, but that will not remain the case when we'll be taking up quadratic polynomials. Now we take up a few questions on this. There are few questions where you have to calculate the zeros of the polynomial, like the one I say px is given as x plus 5. So we equate x plus 5 with 0, which gives x as minus 5, and this minus 5 is the 0 of the polynomial. With this question I take up, says if x is equal to 4 by 3, this is a root of a polynomial. Now when I'm writing this question, that root of a polynomial, what does that mean? 0 or root of a polynomial, they mean the same. Either we call it a 0 of the polynomial or we call it a 0 of root of a polynomial. It says x is equal to 4 by 3 is a root of the polynomial, which is given to be, I write it below, 6x cube minus 11x square plus kx minus 20. We have to find the value of k. When it says 4 by 3 is the root of the polynomial, that means if I substitute this value of x as 4 by 3 in the given polynomial, that should give us a 0. So I write the same thing, substituting this value wherever I have a x with the powers. Oh, I made a mistake, that should be square there. Let the k be as it is, as because we have to find the value of that one, by this minus 20. This should give us a 0 because 4 by 3 is the 0 of the polynomial. Now 4 4 is a 16, 16 4 is a 64. So it is 6 into 64 by 3 minus it is 11 into 16 by 9 plus it is 4 by 3k minus 20 equals 0. So it is 128. I'm sorry. Or I can keep it as it is. Yeah, it is 128 minus it is 11 into 16 is some 176 plus 4 by 3k minus 20. I'll just take the liberty and solve it somewhere here, or I can move on to the next screen where I write the same equation again and solve it. I had got 128 minus 176 by 9 Then I got plus 4 by 3k minus 20. That should be giving us a 0. So to do so, 128 and minus 20, that will give us some, this and this is 108, right? 128 minus 20 is 108 minus 176 by 9 plus 4 by 3k equals 0. 4 by 3k, it is 108. 108 into 9 would give me 972 minus 176 is 796, I guess. $64. I think I made a mistake there. Oh, I made a mistake, a big mistake here. Therefore, I'm getting such a value which was not fitting in. So it is 6 into 64 by 27. So it is 2. It is 9. Again, I'm getting 128 by 9. Oh, I made a mistake there. I forgot this 9 below. So it is 128 by 9. So it is kind of, I'll erase and redo that. Excuse me. So this is 128 minus 176 minus 20. It's giving me, this is giving me some 4k minus 4 by 3. This has got a 9, so it is 140. So I'm getting a 76 upon 3 because I reduced it and did some rough work there. Or I get it as 4k minus 76 equals 0. So 4k equals 76, k equals 76 by 4. It's 76 by 4. That's giving me 19. So the value of k was 19 in the given polynomial. Thank you.